It's time, Uncle.
Yeah. Yeah. Jai Baba, everyone. Uh, Sam Patel is at Hyderabad, so he has asked me, requested me to take over. So we'll go ahead. Jen is with us, and beloved Baba is always with us. His presence is always there. So Janice, with his grace, please go ahead with that small prayer.
Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's Dhamma till the very end. Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai.
Jai Baba to you. This is the Amar Tithi time. This is the program time. Everybody is at Mehrabad, either returning from Mehrabad or at Mehrabad. So Sam has asked me to take over for the evening. And naturally, being Amar Tithi time, I'll be talking about beloved Baba dropping his body. Today is the 1st of February, and 1st of Feb is very important in my lifetime because that is that is when it all happened. Rather, basically 31st Jan. Now I'll take you back in time. 55 years ago, I was at home. My sisters, Dinah and Betsy, they were at home. And I was writing my CA paper. And normally, mom would come home from shop at 8 at night. It was 7 o'clock in the evening, and the doorbell rings. And the three of us wondered who could have come, and it was mom who came. But and she enters the drawing room, and my head is down. I'm writing my CA paper, and mom comes in, and I think I didn't even look much at her, and she comes and she brings the news that Mer Baba guzar gaya. Beloved Baba is gone. Mer Baba is no more. Now I think I was roughly 25 years of age then, and not once did I think that Mir Baba once. I was with him for, you can say, the whole decade of 60s. This happened in 69, everybody knows. But I don't know why that thought never crossed my mind that one day Mir Baba will leave his body because he is in human body and all avatars have to go one day or the other. So I was in a state of shock, and the pen froze in my hand, and I'm still looking down. And mom got agitated because I'm not looking at her, I'm not responding to her. She said, Jimmy, did you hear it or not? I said, Mere Baba is gone, Baba gujri gaya. And I looked up at her and I said, Haji Mamma, main samajh hu. Means, yes, mom, I heard you. Then she said, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Sitting here. Get up, pack your bag, pack the beddings, bedrolls. You know, in those days, we used to carry beddings with us, bedrolls with us. So she said, pack two bedrolls, one for yourself, one for myself, and just take a small bag with just drop in a day's clothes because we are coming back tomorrow or day after. We will return. Baba's body is going to be closed at 8. So here I am. I'm making this two bedding. Then in those days we had Air India's bag, a light blue color, small handbag. You can almost say. So I just throw in couple of clothes for change and maybe one pajama and that's it. And then to fast forward, we go to VT station where roughly 20, 30, I'm sure a little more than 30 Baba lovers, all Parsis, had got together over there. And Jal tells me, Jimmy, come with me. So we go, we buy the tickets first for night train. This was night time, of course. And we buy tickets for Ahmednagar. Then Jal says, Jimmy, come with me. Then we go to the driver, the train driver, and Jal is pleading with train driver that please stop the train at the tracks. You know what we call the tracks, Lower Mehrabad tracks. Please stop the train at tracks at Ahmednagar because we are very late. We have, he explains to the driver, and driver understands. Driver says, okay, you go and tell the guard. So we go to the guard, walk the whole distance of the train. We go to the guard and tell the guard, please stop the train at the tracks at Lower Mehrabad, etc., etc. And he says, tell the driver. And judge said, we have already told the driver, and driver has agreed. So there it is. And then we board the train, and the women are wailing and crying, and this goes on and on. And the whole night goes in crying. And by the way, I did tell you that we were informed that Baba's body would be closed at 8 in the morning the next day, which is the 1st of February, which is today, the 1st of February. And so Dolly tells everyone that get up. We are in the train, mind you. We have not reached anywhere close to Ahmednagar. I don't think so. So Dolly says, let's do Buzavinar Aarti. They must be closing Baba's body. So we did Buzavinar Aarti in the train. And then Lower Mehrabad, the train does stop. Now you got to understand that on either side, there is no platform. And the drop is more than 6 feet. It's that deep. You don't get the idea because we always climb the trains to a platform on a platform. So first the bedrolls are thrown out of the train, then the bags and baggages are thrown out. Then a couple of young men got down and helped the elderly ladies. There were a lot of elderly ladies and men there. So very gently, very delicately, they are brought down. Then the women came down. Then the youngsters like me, we got down. So that is how we got down from the train, and the train departed. Now I think we must have taken all these baggages to Lower Mehrabad and put it somewhere. And then we walk up the hill. And today, where there is Sabha Mandap, there was no Sabha Mandap. I don't think there was Sabha Mandap there in those days. So Iraj Jasawala was standing there. So Iraj is telling all of us, don't meet anyone, don't meet anyone. Don't try to meet any of the Mali. Just go and bow down at the Samadhi. Now, this 1st Feb 1969 is the first time ever that I saw Mehrabad. I'd never seen Mehrabad. I'd seen Merazad once. It was Mera's birthday, and so that's a different story. But Mehrabad I'd never seen before. It was a no-go zone for Baba lovers. You could not go there. So so we go, and then naturally that is when I suppose we realize that Baba's body is not closed, that it is still open. So one after the other, initially the elderly ladies and the gents went inside the Samadhi, then the seniors went, then the juniors like us, we went. So for the first time in my life, I'm seeing the Samadhi, I enter Samadhi, and today where there is a granite slab, that is where there were 5 steps going down, heavy stone steps going down. And Baba's body is put 6 feet under. I repeat, Baba's body is put 6 feet under. So we climb down the steps, we go down, and on the last step, we bow down and touch Baba's feet. And this is the first time that I'm seeing Baba like this. I'd always seen Baba slightly pinkish, cheerful, always happy, jocular, jovial, talking to everyone, getting to meet everyone. Suddenly I see Baba, I'm sorry to use the word. Suddenly I see Baba as a corpse, all wrapped up. I couldn't believe my eyes that this is my Baba. I was so hurt. So after touching Baba's body, we climb back and we go out. And this went on. This went on for a number of days. Everybody knows that Baba's body was open for 7 days, and it was closed on the 7th of Feb. Now, now, why was Baba's body kept for 7 days? And there's a story underlying this fact. And sadly and unfortunately, this is not recorded in any of Baba's books, not even Lord Mayor. This particular fact, I don't know why never this was never told, even in the monthly hall later in the later years. But the story is that there was a Baba lover called Darab Satta. Now, this story I've heard from Darab Satta twice myself. Therefore, I can call it with confidence that this is a first-hand story. Darab Satta was originally from Satta family, Akbar Press. Everybody knows about Akbar Press in Ahmednagar, the Satta family. The Kerawalas, the Sattas, the Metas, and the others, they were all Jassawalas, they were all interconnected. So the Arab, a young man, because Ahmednagar had nothing to offer in terms of jobs, he had come to Mumbai and he was working for Central Bank of India. So the 1st of Feb in the morning, he was having his bath at his Times Corner flat on the 7th floor. He's in Mumbai, mind you. He is in Mumbai. He's at his house at Games Corner at 7 in the morning. And there was a knock at the door, and his cousin says, Darab, mere Baba guzar gaya. And Darab says, what? How can that happen? And then the cousin says from outside, Darab, all the parcels left yesterday night by the train. And he couldn't believe himself. He couldn't believe himself that nobody informed him. His own cousin, Dara Katrak, who was Dara Satta's cousin, he also didn't inform him. And the last straw was that his cousin tells him that Dara, Baba's body is going to be closed at 8 in the morning today. Now this is 7 o'clock in the morning. Dara is at Mumbai. He's at Bombay. And within an hour's time, Baba's body is going to be closed at Ahmednagar at Mehrabad. So Dara started howling. He started crying. Baba, how could you do that? Baba, how could you do that? Baba, I'll never see your face again, Baba. I will never see you again. So Baba's, this is the vision that Darab sees from the bathroom of 7th floor. From the window, Baba comes and he says, Darab, why are you crying, Darab? Why are you crying? I'm not going to be closed. You go to Mehrabad and tell the Mandli to keep my body open for 7 days. And the Arab started howling more and more. Baba, why are you telling me? Who am I? Who am I? Baba, tell the Mandli, tell the Mandli, tell church, tell Mera, tell money. Who will listen to me? They'll make a mockery out of me. So Baba says, don't cry. My body will not be closed. You go to Mehrabad and do what I'm telling you to do. So you go to Mehrabad. So, so Arab, we fast forward. Arab comes to Mehrabad by the time it was evening time. And he says, Eraj, his cousin, somewhere near Sabha Mandap. And the Arab tells Iraj what he saw, what Baba, he gives Baba's message to Iraj. And Iraj says, Arab, you wait here, uh, let you wait over here. So Iraj goes to the tin shed area and he calls Goher and Mani and he tells them to come out near the Sabha. So Iraj brings Goher and Mani and tells the Arab to repeat what he told him earlier. Will you give me a minute? I'll get a hanky. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Now you must be wondering, who is this Arab Satta and why should Eraj give cognizance to this guy called Darab Satta, though his cousin, but why would he go and call the women Mandli to listen to what Darab has to say? For example, suppose I had told Eraj uncle that Eraj uncle, this is the message I've received from Baba, and he would have either ridiculed me or he would have told me that, Jibi, sit down, it's okay, just sit down. But the fact that these three people took the Mandli very close to Baba, Eraj, Mani, and Dr. Goher, they even came out to listen to him, shows that the Arab was someone. Now, what was this someone? Let's talk about, because this is very important. I must convince you that the women Mandli took his words at face value. Now, I told you earlier that the Arab was from Ahmednagar, from Jasawala and Kerawala family, etc. And when he was studying, Baba would tell him to go to the bazaar area in Ahmednagar and pick up books on saints. In those early days, on the footpaths of small towns, villages, even in Mumbai, I've seen those feriwalas, they would sit on the footpath and sell those books of spiritual masters, their life stories, etc. So Baba would tell him to go and pick up those books, and Baba and the Arab would sit in one of those cabins at Merazan, and Baba would explain to him about spirituality and spiritual masters and saints. Now, the point is that Baba is the Guru and Darab is the Chela. Now, Guru is silent. Guru is not speaking. Instead of Chela, the Guru is silent. Now, the question is, how did Baba and Darab converse? How did he teach and explain to him about spirituality, about saints? The other thing is, Darab took portion in college. And he didn't know even the alphabet of Persian. So he went and told Baba that, Baba, I've taken Persian from હું તો ફસી ગયો, હું તો એકદમ ફસી ગયો because મને કઈ બી સમજ નથી પડતો પર્શિયનમાં. Baba said, get a book and come. So once again, Baba and the Arab are sitting in this small kholi, and Baba taught the Arab Persian. A man who is not speaking, who is silent, is teaching Persian to the Arab. Very unusual, but this is it. Once, now Baba was living at Merazat from 1943-44 onwards. But once a week, at least once a week, he would go from Merazat to Mehrabad and back. It was like a day trip. But in between at Akbar Press, Baba would stop. And the Arab was staying at Akbar Press. So Baba would tell the Arab to jump in the car. Now once, Adi Sindhi was driving the car. Harry Kenmore, you all know, you have heard of Harry Kenmore. He was visually handicapped. So when they came from Merazat to Akbar Press, Harry Kenmore was sitting with Baba. So Baba is telling Harry Kenmore to go in front with Adi. And Baba told the Arab to sit next to him. And the car is driven from Akbar Press to Mehrabad, to go to Mehrabad. After a while, the Arab says, Haji Baba. Haji Baba. After a few meters, the Arab again says, Haji Baba. Haji Baba. The third time, the Arab said, Haji Baba. And Ali Irani was an Irani. So he said, the Arab, what the hell are you doing? What are you saying, Haji Baba, Haji Baba? As if Baba is talking to you. And the Arab said, Baba is talking to me. Baba is talking to me, so I have to respond. Courtesy demands that I say Haji Baba. And Harry Kenmore, as I said, he was blind. So Harry says, Dara, don't try to kid us. I may be blind, but I'm not deaf. Even if a pin drops, I can hear a pin drop. And if Baba were to talk to you, I would not know. Would Adi not know? And you all know that, we all know that Baba is silent. Now, that is where it is. There are people and there is spirituality all around. Maybe Adi was not so advanced. Maybe Dr. Kenmore was not so spiritually advanced. But the Arab must have been spiritually advanced because Baba would talk to him. Now, at what spiritual level Baba would talk to him, you and I will never understand. But that is it. That is it. Baba was, in fact, talking to him. At what ethereal level, we don't know. So basically, I gave you a brief of the Arab Satta status, which Eres knew, which the women monthly knew. Therefore, they gave cognizance to what the Arab said. One sec, please. Now, so they decided that, okay, if this is Baba's wish and will, which the Arab has carried, will go on for 7 days. Now, there were 3 doctors there. Dr. Goher, Dr. Donkin, they were both monthly members, and Dr. Ginde. Dr. Ginde was a neurophysicist from Mumbai. He was one of the top. He was very renowned in Mumbai, very busy, extremely busy, very flourishing practice, extremely brilliant guy. So if you are brilliant and if you are well known, you have your ego also, which is understandable. So Dr. Ginde came to know of this, that they are going to keep Baba's body open for 7 days. So he lost his cool. He said, if this is what you're going to do in my presence, I rather walk out. I don't want to stay here. I rather walk out. I cannot tolerate this nonsense. And he looks at Darab Satta. Now, Darab Satta poor guy was a very ordinary looking guy with a kari topi on his head all the time, and not very well dressed also. He looked very humble, very down to earth kind of a local Ahmednagar guy, that kind of a person. And he tells on Arab's face to Iraj that who is this silly guy? And you're listening to this man, you're listening to this silly man to keep Baba's body open for 7 days. So the Arab told him that there was a saint whose body was kept open for 1 month. For 30 days, his body was kept open. And here I'm telling you that this is Baba's message to keep his body for 7 days. And Baba is not a saint. Baba is God. There is no harm in keeping Baba's body open if this is what Baba wants. So finally, there was a compromise between the doctors and the Mandli. The Mandli said that the doctors will examine Baba's body for every day, twice a day. They will open Baba's body. They will see if the body is not festering. They'll keep on. So what would happen is the three doctors, I told you the names, the three doctors would go inside the samadhi. They would close the samadhi's door, and three doctors would go down the steps. She would balance herself on the ice blocks. I'll come to the ice blocks a little later. Surrounding Baba, there were ice blocks kept. So Goher would balance herself on these ice blocks because there was no other place to stand, right at the bottom. And she would open Baba's torso, she would open the chadar, and she would kind of almost press Baba's torso, and the two doctors from opposite side are looking down, and Goel says that this is it. It's holding. It's doing well. It's doing good. So she would close the chadar. She would close Baba's torso. She would come up. They would open the samadhi door, and she would go to the women mandli and report to the women mandli that Baba's body is holding. It's doing good. Baba's body is doing good. So if this is a morning inspection, they would wait for the evening inspection. They would go inside twice a day. So again in the evening, the doctors would go inside. She would open the door. She would open Baba's torso, and Baba's body is holding. So they would announce that Baba's body will be open till tomorrow morning. If the doctors announce, yeah, that was the deal. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. If the doctors announce that Baba's body is beginning to fester, immediately the call would be taken and Baba's body would be closed. That was the understanding with the doctors. On the fourth day, Dr. Ginde said, don't you think this is enough? When they were inside the crypt, inside the tomb, Ginde said, it's been 4 days, don't you think we should close Baba's body? And Goher tells Ginde, she's looking up at Ginde and saying, do you see this? Do you see this? You see Baba's tummy? See, it's the tummy that starts festering first. So she is pressing Baba's tummy and saying, do you see it's festering? It's okay, it's perfect, all right. But Ginde left after 4 days. He didn't want to stay back. So Ginde, it is recorded that Ginde left Mehrabad after 4 days. He came back to Bombay. He was from Bombay. So that is how it went on till the 6th day. Now, I stayed at Lower Mehrabad in the Mandli Hall. All these 7 days I stayed there with my bag and bedding, and Mom stayed. There's a structure. There's a structure at the 18th shade. At the east room and the west room, the women Mandli stayed, and all the Parsi women who had come from Pune and Mumbai, like my mother. My mother stayed on the upper floor, on the first floor. So for the 7 days she stayed there, I stayed at Lower Mehrabad. Our morning tea was given by Padri Kaka. That's what he gave us. But our lunch and dinner came from the trust arranged for lunch and dinner, and it came from Ahmednagar. So I had my lunch and dinner. Everybody else, like my mother and everyone else over there, they had their lunch and dinner at next to Samadhi, I suppose at the tin shed. So this is how the day after day went. At one point, the trust ran out of money. In those days, trust was so meager that it ran out of money. It fed people for 3, 4 days. So I remember Sarosh Irani went up on the mic and he pleaded with people that those who have had Baba's darshan, they request you, that trust is requesting you to please go. If you had your darshan, please go. We have no money to feed you now. This is what Sarosh Irani said. And the Parsis who were there from the Bombay center, they all got together, and whatever little money that they could spare, they collected the money and they gave it to the trustees, and they said the monthly, sorry, give money and said, this is from us, this money is from us, please feed the people as long as you can. So that is how, sorry, so that's how people were fed. And you must be thinking that thousands of people must have come, lakhs of people must have come. Very honestly, very candidly, there were not even hundreds all these days. And there's a rationale to it, there's a reason to it. So we go to Adi Irani, Adi Senior, Baba's secretary. Adi Senior was holding the fort at the trust office at Ahmednagar. He did not know, he had no clue as to what was happening at Mehrabad. What was happening up the hill, he didn't know. In those days, there were no telephones. Mehrabad, even lower Mehrabad had no telephones. Frankly, Merazad had no telephone during Baba's time. So there were no telephones. So he didn't know what was happening at Mehrabad. Only if someone came from Mehrabad, if someone came from Samadhi, Upper Mehrabad, he would get the news as to what is happening. He didn't even know if Baba's body is open or closed. He was not knowing unless someone came and gave him the message. And people would come and tell him that Baba's body is still open. And why was he sitting at the trust office? Because of telegrams and telephones. Trust office had a telephone. So people would from all over India and abroad would ring him up, would send him telegrams and asking, is Baba's body open? Can we come? Shall we come? Will it be open by tomorrow? See, in those days, even if you came from India, let's say southern India or northern India or eastern India, it would take you minimum of 24 hours by the time you landed at Amarnath station. You have to change 2, 3 trains and buses. I'm talking of 1969. Things were very different then, very different. We ourselves took full night to travel just from Mumbai to Ahmednagar. So people from distant lands, they would ring up Adi and ask him. And Adi himself didn't know whether to say yes or no. So Adi's talk answer was, look, I'm sitting at Ahmednagar. I don't know. Even right now, if Baba's body is closed. It is your call. If you want to come, you come. But we'll be able to see Baba's body. Adi said, how can I tell you? How can I guarantee you that you come by tomorrow evening and Baba's body will be open? You take a call. If you want to come, you come. So people stayed back because their intention was that if they came all the way, they should be able to see Baba's body. And there's no point seeing Baba's body closed and covered. So people stayed back, and people from abroad also, they had paid money for the mass darshan, which was to happen from April to June. So whatever money they had, whatever loans they had taken, they had already paid to the group leaders for the mass darshan. Now they had no money to come. Ariel said, if you want to come, you come, but there's no guarantee. So hardly a dozen of Westerners were there, maybe on say, and the people would come and go. People would come and go because there was no place to stay also, no place to eat, no place to stay. So people would just pageparo and leave. So there weren't thousands of people there. There just weren't, not even on the last day there were thousands. Okay, so we come on the, so during these periods, the women monthly would come out from the east room, from the tin shade, and they would go inside the samadhi, they would close the door, and this happened twice a day, every day. And they would be wailing and wailing and wailing, and we could even with the closed doors, we could hear outside that women are crying inside. So they would be there for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and then they would come out and go back to the east room. So this went on for 6 days, 7 days. This went on and on and on. So, so this is how it would happen. Now, uh, let's talk about the ice. Baba's body was kept in the crypt, 6 feet under. Now you'll say, but this was winter time, where was it for ice? You must understand that samadhi is made of stone, and in the afternoons it can get very uncomfortable and hot in the samadhi. Night time, morning time is okay, but in the afternoon samadhi would get pretty, it would get pretty stuffy and hot inside. So to keep Baba's body going, ice was arranged from Ahmednagar, and chunk of blocks were put across Baba's body to keep the body going. Now, to keep the ice going, see, ice would melt rather fast. So black salt was bought in big quantity, and either Erech would go down or Jal Dastur would go down. And with Jal Dastur, I would go down. I had a tokri, I was given tokri full of black salt, and first Jal would go down. Jal would balance himself on the ice blocks for quite a while, quite a while. And on the last step, I'm holding the tokri of ice. So Jal would take a handful of salt from the tokri, which is in my hand, and he would spread it on the ice, take second handful, third handful, till the tokri was empty. Jal would keep balancing himself, not to fall on Baba's body. So this went on, and this is what I did with Jal. And also, uh, there would be flies around Baba's body. So to shoo away the flies, we would sit on the either side, on the upper side, on either side of Samadhi. Three of us would sit on the parapet on this side, three of us would sit on the left side, and we would have hand fans in our hand. So so we would just swash and shoo away the flies on Baba's body. My sister Betsy was hardly a teenager, and she saw Baba's one eye open. And she was a very young girl, so she got so frightened. She dropped the fan and she ran out of the samadhi. She got so frightened. Once, even I saw Baba's one eye flickering. I did see it, and I mean it. I saw Baba's eye flickering, but I continued with the fan. So this is what we did. And outside there would be wailing and crying, and there would be small groups of people talking among themselves, and uh, and there would be bhajan and ghazals going on. Small group, Ahmednagar group or Pune group would start singing, and this went on one day at a time, one day at a time. At night, I would come down and take rest in the manli hall. So this went on day after day. Now, I don't recollect that there was a stall that had come up, a chai stall had come up at Lower Mehrabad. But it is in Dr. Barucha's book that a tea stall had sprung up. Maybe I don't recollect now, but the point I'm trying to make is, if you wanted to eat something all 7 days, the closest place for you to eat something, even maybe a vada or something, or bhajia, you have to go all the way to the town. I mean it. I'm very serious about it, because in those days there were only fields and huts. That's it, and there was nothing to it. There were no canteen or no stall to it. So that is how it was. That's what the trust fed us all these days. Yeah. Now to cover Baba's body, a box was made. Something like a shoe box, which was overturned and kept in Baba's body. So let me come to the 6th of February. On the 6th of February, there was an announcement that tomorrow at noon, that is the 7th, Baba's birthday as per Roj calendar, that tomorrow, and it would be 7 days, so tomorrow Baba's body would be closed. We will close Baba's body tomorrow. The darshan will end. Now, at noon on the 7th, we come to the last day on the 7th, there was an announcement at around maybe 12:30 or whenever it was, that please everyone back off. Everyone please back off, and we will now close Baba's body. But one second, sorry. Let me go back to Adi Irani. Uh, Adi Irani was wondering that the Pakistani Baba lovers, not a word from them, not a word from them. They're not writing to me. They are not giving me a phone call to say, to even inquire. Now, the story goes that there are different versions, but the story goes that the Karachi Parsi group had promised Baba that they will come for the mass darshan, which was to happen during April, May, and June of 69. And they had promised Baba that Baba, we will come in strength and we will attend the great savas or mass savas. Now, the point is, in Pakistan in those days, you can get visa once per calendar year. I repeat, you can get visa once per calendar year. Now, that is for 1969. Now, if they used up the visa to come for February, then they can't come again for the mass darshan in April, May. So they had to take a call whether to go now or to go in April. And because they felt that we have given a word, our appointment with Baba, that we will come in April, May. So we will go at that time, not now. Secondly, they came to know that nobody knows if Baba's body is already closed or not. So they thought that if we go there now, and if we find Baba's body closed, then what are we saying? We are saying only the closed samadhi. So we better wait till April and keep our word with Baba, and we go during April or May, whenever. So that is why they did not come. And the Westerners also didn't come for the same reason, as I told you earlier. So basically, this is how it is. Yeah, let's talk about two things. One is, you all know, I'm not telling you anything new, that Baba had said that after I drop my body, play Begin the Begin 7 times. Now, Baba, you all know, Baba dropped his body in his room, in his bedroom. But his body was brought from the bedroom to the Monday room at Mirzad for people to pay their last respects. So maybe for a few hours, Baba's body was kept in Mirzad in the Mandli hall. Now, Padri Kaka, who was at Mirzad, Baba had called him at Mirzad. Padri Kaka was told by the Mandli to rush to Mehrabad, to rush to Samadhi and prepare Samadhi for Baba's internment. What exactly do we mean by prepare Baba's Samadhi? 6 feet under the area was open, but sorry. There was a farsi at the bottom. Farsi means tiles. After ladi kahiye Gujarati ma. It was embedded with ladis. So Padri Kaka comes to Mehrabad. He picks up a few locals and maybe the staff, and with hammers and chisels and whatever, kuhadi and whatever, they go to Samadhi and they start chipping off the ladi to make it kind of clean, earth clean. In the meantime, the ambulance arrives, but Samadhi was not ready. Because Samadhi was not ready, Baba's body was lifted on a stretcher and it was put in Baba's room. Next to Samadhi is Baba's room, Baba's cabin. So Baba's body was kept for a while in Baba's cabin, and Begin the Begin was played there. After a while, the green signal was received that Padri said, now you can bring Baba's body here, Samadhi is ready. So Baba's body was lifted from Baba's cabin and it was gently lowered. I'm not too sure if there was a plank underneath. I don't think so. Just plain earth and maybe chandar and some whatever, etc. And Baba's body was scattered. Maybe there was a wooden plank. I'm not too sure of it, so I will not comment. No, I think sorry. The ladis were kept. Sorry, the ladis were kept, and then chadar, charsa, whatever, and then Baba's body was kept. So this is how Baba's body was kept. Yes, the stretcher. We still see the stretcher over there. The stretcher was bought over by the trustees. They didn't let the stretcher go. They said, "Yeah, rane do it around there," and they paid off for the stretcher. So mercifully and for posterity, stretcher is still kept over there. Talking about the ambulance, now remember, ambulance carried Baba's body. So ambulance goes down the hill. It goes at Lower Marabad. There the engine seizes. Seizes means it stops to function. This, they did a lot of things to restart the engine. Engine never started. They called some, sorry, they called some senior mechanic from Ahmednagar. He tried. Many people tried to start. It never did start. Finally, they had to bring a crane and to tow it away to Ahmednagar, and it was knocked down as scrap. It was not used thereafter. Once Baba's body was kept, no other body, well, it was his design. No other body was kept in that ambulance. It was knocked off for scrap. So that is how it is. That is how it was. So on the 7th, at noon, as I said, it was announced that now please back off, everybody back off, Baba's body is being closed. And human nature is human nature. Psychology works in reverse direction. Everybody tried to push in, everybody tried to push in, maybe for last darshan, I don't know for what, or to see what's going on. Everybody started pushing. And there were 3 policemen with their lathis in their hands. And they were pushing everyone with the lathis. Patimage ja, piche jao, piche jao. So I realized that I'll get a lathi on my head if I don't go out. 7 days I was there. I don't know how many times I went down, how many times I touched Baba's feet. So I thought my time has come. I had enough. So I just walked out from the whole area. And today, what we call the West Room or the museum, opposite the East Room is called the West Room or the museum. Today there is museum. And museum has that green door. That green door was shut. And I sit, there's a niche there, a kind of a hollow place called niche. So there's a niche there. So I sit there with my eyes shut. And I said that I better be at peace with myself. And just I try to contemplate, I close my eyes. And hardly a few minutes pass by. And I hear a shout. It was Meru who said, Jimmy, get up, Jimmy, get up. Meru had come from behind, which is the East Room. So she has a tokri of red roses in her hand. She says, Jimmy, get up. They take these flowers. They are from Mehra, and they are to be put on Baba before Baba's body is closed. So here I am laden with a big basket with a big tokri of red roses, right up to the brim, and then I'm trying to go to Samadhi. Now, on the front side, there is mayhem, there is madness on the front side. There are people and people. So I used my head and I tried to go from behind Baba's cabin where there were crowd. Of course, there were crowd there as well. So I said, Baju auto, please side, Mera's flowers, please side Mera's flowers. So everyone looked at the back and made room for me. So I walked through the crowd and I went from behind Samadhi also. I went from behind Samadhi, from where Mera's Samadhi is today. And then I come in front of Samadhi, and mercifully, Jal is right there. Jal is right there. So I give the tokri to Jal and I say, Jal, these are from Mera. These are to be put on Baba's body before Baba's body is covered. Now, I'm not too sure at this point in time whether the box which covered Baba's body, turned it upside down and covered, whether the box had already come in and Baba's body was already covered with the box or it was still open. I do not know. But I never saw the box. I never saw the box where it was brought from. I'd never seen it before because I was not around. When the box was brought in, I was not around. I was out there. So I gave it to Jal. The moment I give the tokri to Jal, Jal says, Mate uchak, mati lao. Now I'm dumbfounded. And Jal realized that Jimmy is an oaf. He doesn't know what I'm telling. And now he shouts at me and he says, Dekha to nothing, yeah, dekha to nothing. Mate unchak, mate unchak. Now, what I had not seen for 7 days was that today, where am I stored? Mati was brought and kept there to cover the samadhi, to cover right up to the brim. And even when I carried the roses, that time also I didn't see the earth. So when Jal did like this, saying that Mati dekha ki nathi, that is when I realized that there was a mound of earth there, matti atti, and there were two gamelas and kuhadi, a spade, whatever you call it. So naturally, I got hold of one gamela, and with kuhadi, with this spade, I fill up the first third and I lifted the gamela. That is when I realized how heavy a gamela is if it is filled with earth. It almost weighed a ton. So I lifted it and I gave it to Jal. The moment I gave it to Jal, Jal said, "Yeah, I mean the very fact that he asked for the earth means that box had already covered Baba's body. Otherwise, why would he ask for earth anyway?" So he said, "Biju up, biju up." There was another gamela also. By the time I get my hands on the gamela and the spade, the others jump to it and they literally, almost literally snatched the gamela and the spade from my hand. And that is when I realized my job is done. So I go back where I came from, and then I sat maybe for an hour over there till everything was over. Then the Samadhi doors were thrown open for people to have their darshan. It was filled up till the brim. Everybody knows that. Just the earth, and maybe some flowers were put, and then it was thrown open for people to go in and page parao. And I'm sure I must have done that too as well. And that was the seventh. Body was closed. On the eighth in the morning, all of us go to Upper Merabad and we meet Erich and say, not me, I was still a youngster. The senior said that Erich, हमने रजा को हम लोग को चाहिए. So Erich said, तुम लोग को भी जाओ, बुड्ढा गया, तुम लोग को भी चली जाओ, हम लोग को एकला रह गया. So the senior said, Erich, we had come for one night. We had just come for one night. We have stayed for 7 days. You are also going now. Everybody is gone. Everybody is gone. So we also have to go now. So on the eighth morning, that is today, 55 years earlier, we boarded the train on the eighth morning. morning or evening, whenever it was, and we returned to our homes. So this is it. This is my story.
Jimmy
This
uncle, I
Yeah,
have a few pictures. Shall we show them?
yeah. Please go ahead.
J-
Please. I don't like to see Baba's what. This is one I don't like to see. I don't want to see.
Shall I stop it, uncle, then?
Yeah, you
Um,
change it. You can see ice blocks. So on either side of Baba, you can see the ice blocks and the garlands covering Baba. Okay, change it. Change it. Yeah. See, now this is the seventh noon. This is the seventh noon. Erech is there. Dr. Barucha is there. The others are there. And the ice blocks. The first thing they did, I'm sure they removed the garlands and the flowers, and then they removed the ice blocks. You can see Iraj and Barusha and the others helping with the ice blocks. I told you about the 5 steps, 5 stone steps. These are the stone steps that you see where you see today you see granite block, that brownish orange color granite block. So that is where the granite block is. That is where we bow down. And if you see on the sides, generally go to the wall, inside wall. Yeah. You know, the painting that we see on in Samadhi, there were paintings also done at the lower level also on all the 3 sides. But they were as bad as you can see here. Everything was shabby, and you can see a few of them, helpers, volunteers standing there trying to help with the things. Yeah, we can move. Yeah, money and Mera. So this is what I mean. See, you can see the door closed at the back. That is what I said. Yeah, begin the begin being played. Begin the being played. You can see the record and the record player and money singing as well. So this is how it looked. And Janice, take on the side parapets. This is where we sat and fanned Baba's body. No, lower and right, lower and right. No, okay, bring on the left picture. Go down, right. Yeah, this is what I meant by the left and the right parapet. Now nobody is allowed to sit over there. In fact, nobody is now allowed to sit even in samadhi. But this is where the arrow is. This is where we sat and we fanned Baba's body. Okay. So that's the begin being played. Okay. Yeah. See, this is what I miss. Uh, you can see a few close ones who are lowering the box. This is how the box was lowered. And this this is uh, this is the Farsi on the right. People are holding the marble, the tile. Yeah. This was put, and then the matti was put all around. Matti was put all around. This is Padri Kaka on left side, white hair. Yeah, that is Padri Kaka. And the other close ones. The other close ones. Uh, in white hair is, I don't think Erich had white hair in those times. Maybe someone else, because I don't think Erich had white hair in those days. This is Pendu lowering the box. Yeah, that's Pendu. That's one of the Luck brothers at the back behind Pendu. That's one of the Luck brothers. That's Barucha, Dr. Barucha. Now, yeah, on the left side, the South Indian guy right on top. Yeah, right on top. That was the chairman. Just yesterday I recollected his name. I recollect. That is. So that's the chairman. Now this Topiwala, I can't recollect who this guy. The guy on the left bottom is Rick Chapman. This is Rick Chapman. Janice, go on the right. Go on the right. Right picture. Right picture. Right picture. Go up, 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 up. Yeah, this also is Rick Chapman. I recollected his name now. Yeah, that is Rick Chapman. Now the others, yeah, go on the left picture and go at the window. Go at the window. Open window. Yeah, this is from where the Women Monthly saw the whole process. I'm sure at the back is Katie Irani, in the center. Then in front is Money. Right, yeah, that is Money. On left is Mera Mai. Yeah, this is Mera Mai. Now I suppose we can see only there are some two ladies at the back, but we can't make out who they. Yeah, these two I can't make out who they are. So basically this is what I did not see, frankly. So do we have some more? Yeah. One second. One second. Yes. This is how it looked. This is how it looked before Baba's body was kept. You know, I told you the Farsi were kept. These are blocks. This is not one piece or something. Even at the bottom, you can see on the right side. You can make out that these are blocks of Farsis kept. Yes, that's it. And you can see the inside of the Samadhi, the walls, the paintings that had eroded. No, okay. Any more? Yeah. This is on the right. On the right is uh, Irani. On the left side are Sorab Rustam. Uh, yeah, this is Harry Kenmore. This is Harry Kenmore. The guy could be one of the Luck brothers. I'm not 100%, but could be Luck brothers. Someone help me. Oh, what's his name? Irani from Ahmednagar. Baba's monthly. Mm. Yeah, and you can see Baba's body underneath. This is a so basically Saros Irani. That was Saros Irani. Yeah, this is Saros Irani from Nagar. He was with Baba. He was very close to Baba, very close to Baba. And the frame that you see on the left, yeah, this frame was kept where Harry Kenmore was sitting for years together. For years together, this frame was kept. And the window was kept open. We could see people walking from behind the Samadhi. We could see them walking here and there. But this frame was where Harry Kenmore is sitting. And after many years, suddenly I see a painting kept there instead of the frame. Yeah, I think, Janice, we are true. Yeah. Now this happened maybe a few months later. Suddenly the earth sank 6 to 8 inches, and many people made different inferences as to what happened. What I think is, I may be wrong. I may be totally wrong. I don't know what exactly. Maybe the box collapsed and therefore the earth went down. I don't know. I'm making a guesswork. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is how it looked during those days. It was white painted. I'm not sure if it was whitewashed or white painted, but this is how it looked. The platform, I don't think any of you have seen the platform on the right. Janice, go on the right, the platform. Yeah. The platform was there and the cabins were there in those days. There were 5 to 6 cabins in those days. Then after some time, the platform and the cabins were demolished. Anything else? Yeah, this is the scene of those days. This is the scene. Maybe the last day. Yeah, that's beloved Baba showing people that this is his resting place. Any more?
No, uncle, that's it. Jai Baba.
Okay. Okay, we can start with the prayers and arti. Thank you, everybody. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Archana ji,
जय
can you do the prayers and aarti, please?
जय बाबा। हे परवरदिगार, सबके राखनहार और सबकी रक्षा करने वाले,
Please show a Baba
तुम्हारा
photo. Put a
कोई
Baba.
आदि नहीं है और न तुम्हारा कोई अंत है। तुम अद्वैत हो, तुम तुलना से परे हो और तुम्हारा पार कोई नहीं पा सकता है। तुम्हारा कोई रंग और कोई रूप नहीं है। तुम आविर्भाव से रहित हो और तुम गुणातीत हो। तुम अपार हो और अगाध हो, कल्पना और धारणा से परे हो, शाश्वत और अनश्वर हो। तुम अखंडनीय हो और दिव्य नेत्रों के सिवाय और किसी भी प्रकार से तुम्हें कोई नहीं देख सकता है। तुम्हारा अस्तित्व सदैव था, तुम सदैव रहते हो और तुम सदैव रहोगे। तुम सर्वत्र हो, तुम हर वस्तु में हो और तुम हर जगह से परे तथा हर वस्तु से परे भी हो। तुम आकाश में हो और पाताल में हो। तुम व्यक्त हो और अव्यक्त हो। तुम सब लोकों पर हो और समस्त लोकों से परे भी हो। तुम तीनों भुवनों में हो और तीनों भुवनों से परे भी हो। तुम अगोचर हो और स्वतंत्र हो। तुम सृष्टि के रचने वाले हो, स्वामियों के स्वामी हो, समस्त मनों और हृदयों के ज्ञाता हो। तुम सर्वशक्तिमान हो और सर्वव्यापी हो। तुम अनंत ज्ञान हो, अनंत शक्ति हो और अनंत आनंद हो। तुम ज्ञान के महासागर हो, सर्वज्ञ हो, अनंत ज्ञान रखने वाले हो। तुम भूत, वर्तमान और भविष्य के ज्ञाता हो और तुम स्वयं ज्ञान हो। तुम पूर्ण दयामय हो और सदैव परहितकारी हो। तुम आत्माओं की आत्मा हो और अनंत गुणों से संपन्न एक परमात्मा हो। तुम सत्य, ज्ञान और परमानंद की त्रिमूर्ति हो। तुम सत्य के मूल हो, प्रेम के महासागर हो। तुम सनातन सत्ता हो, ऊंचों में सबसे ऊंचे हो। तुम प्रभु और परमेश्वर हो। तुम पर ब्रह्म हो और परात्पर पर ब्रह्म भी हो। तुम पर ब्रह्म परमात्मा हो, अल्लाह हो, इलाही हो, यजदान हो, अहूर मज्द हो और प्रियतम ईश्वर हो। तुम्हारा नाम इज्जत अर्थात एक में पूज्य है। हे असीम दया के निधि प्रभुराज, हम अपने सब पापों के लिए पश्चाताप करते हैं। हर एक विचार के लिए जो असत्य, अनुचित या गंदा था। हर एक बोले हुए शब्द के लिए जिसे बोलना हमें उचित न था और हर एक कर्म के लिए जिसे करना हमें उचित न था। स्वार्थ से प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए तथा द्वेष प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए हम पश्चाताप करते हैं। विशेषकर हर एक कामुक विचार तथा क्रिया के लिए, ऐसे हर एक वचन के लिए जिसको हमने पूरा नहीं किया, सब असत्य वचनों के लिए और सभी निंदा, पाखंड, दंभ या लोगों के पीछे उनके दोष बताने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। और खासकर दूसरों का नाश करने वाले हर एक कर्म के लिए, दूसरों को दुख देने वाले हर एक शब्द तथा कर्म के लिए, तथा दूसरों पर दुख गिरने की इच्छा करने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। हे प्रभुराज, आप हम पर असीम दया करके हमारे किए हुए पापों को क्षमा कीजिए और वैसे ही आपकी मर्जी के अनुसार विचार करने में, बोलने में तथा कार्य करने में जो हमारी असमर्थता सदा रहती आई है, उसको भी क्षमा कीजिए। यही हमारी आपसे प्रार्थना है। प्रियतम परमात्मा, हमारी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम तुझसे अधिक अधिक प्रेम करें, और अधिक और अधिक, और फिर भी उससे भी अधिक प्रेम करें, जब तक कि हम तुझ में मिलकर एक हो जाने के पात्र बन जाएं। और तू हम सब की ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम अंत अंत तक प्रियतम बाबा का दामन दृढ़ता से पकड़े रहें। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। हुआ लहर से ही है जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण, उसकी दैवी अनंतता का कैसे हो अनुमान। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं। अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं, तुम मुझको सरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। जीवन की हर सांस हमारी, जीवन की हर सांस हमारी बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी, बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी। हे करुणा कर लीलाधारी, हे करुणा कर लीलाधारी, तुम करुणा बरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ बने आरती जीवन मेरा बने आरती जीवन मेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा तुम मुझ में छा जाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन नमो ब्रह्म आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय जय बाबा
Archana, Jai Baba to you, Archana.
जय बाबा थैंक यू
Guys, we have never thanked Janice enough. We have never thanked Janice enough. Janice, you are
No,
Baba's,
thank you,
Baba's,
Baba.
you are Baba's baby. We thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba, for everything.
Janice has left Mehrabad to come here to Mumbai to ensure that this program goes on.
Thank you,
can't
Baba.
deny, Janice, you can't deny, and I have no words. Baba lovers have no words to thank you.
No, Uncle, please, thank you, Baba, for everything.
Baba bless you. Baba bless you.
Thank
Always.
Jai Baba, everybody. Before you all go away, I just want to say that I'm signing in from Samadhi itself.
Wow.
And it is such a unique experience that when Jimmy was describing everything, I could see it in front of my eyes. I didn't have to imagine anything. And this was the best opportunity Baba granted me. The Shamiana and the theater thing and all that is now in darkness. It is all over. Only a few hundred people are still forming queue to take darshan at the Samadhi, and that's the actual picture. I feel that in a way, this whole thing about the Amar Tithi is now come to a closure. But then with Baba, nothing closes. In fact, like when Pendu had told Baba कि अभी दुकान बंद कर दो, तो Baba ने बोला कि नहीं, अभी तो दुकान खुलेगी. And that is what it is. The wine is pouring out and we are still intoxicated in it. So thank you, Baba. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank
Sam,
you, Janice.
Sam, you know how to speak. Sam, Anita says switch on your camera. Can you do it?
Yeah, but I'm standing far away from.
Okay.
I'm standing far away from the Samadhi so as to not disturb anybody.
Okay.
I cannot bring in the Samadhi's pictures.
Never mind. Just the
Uncle, maybe from the far also people can do the darshan if possible.
surrounding.
No, darling, there's crowd of people. The samadhi cannot be seen from where I'm
Never
standing.
mind, just show up the crowd.
Aji? Jai. Can you all see anything?
No.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see you, Uncle. You have to change the camera view.
Hold on.
It's pretty dark. Sam, it's pretty dark. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
The background is pretty dark. Yeah, now we can see.
Yeah, but I have to change the... Janice, how do I do that?
What you can do is, Uncle, you can back the samadhi and hold the camera up if you can't change the view.
Sorry?
You can turn around and you can back the samadhi.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Correct.
Is this okay?
yes,
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, now
Thank you.
I'll take you through. Don't go away.
thank you, Uncle.
Yeah, my number is 31.
Uncle, virtual darshan for you on your token.
These are the people waiting to take darshan.
Yeah, Baba.
Hundreds of them, still. Hundreds of them. नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. Can you see the crowd at the samadhi?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Here's our champion. Jai Baba. This is what it is, folks. This is what it is. Khali tambu, khali. Those things are over. Pretty soon, tomorrow, this crowd will also be gone. Okay, folks.
Okay, thank you. At least we got to see something.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you,
Jai
Uncle.
Baba.
So, Anaita, we got the view.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Now you all can see Mumbai Center also.
Yes, we can.
Folks,
Okay,
all I can say is just take Baba with you. I have just no words to express anything beyond that. Just keep Baba with you.
Thank you.
Because it is so beautiful. Yeah. It's so beautiful. Jai Meher Baba. Jai Meher Baba.
Jai
Thank
Baba.
you, Anaita. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Meher Baba.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'll end the meeting for all.
Jai Baba.
Happy to everyone.
Jai Baba.
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Ki jai.
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai.